Take a moment to arrive, close your eyes, and sit up tall. And start to tune in with the feeling of your body. Feel your body, feel your spine, feel your breath. Start to slow down from thinking, shifting into feeling. We'll begin chanting Om together one time. Inhale deeply. Om. How do I know if I am present? I can tell if I'm angry, sometimes. Oftentimes we don't realize, oh, I'm angry. I'm hungry. I don't know I'm hungry. Am I hungry? Am I happy? Difficult to tell. Many things actually difficult to say for sure. What am I? How am I? But what about present? How do I know if I'm present? This is very elusive. Presence is not a checklist, right? Presence is a feeling. How do you know when you're at home? You know it in your bones. You know it in your cells when you're at home. You don't have to ask someone, am I at home? You don't have to check in with yourself. You don't have to fill out a form to make sure, am I at home? When you're at home, you know it. Nowadays, actually, we're never at home. Home has become business, home has become the entertainment, everything. So everything's all over the place. Everything's all scrambled up, jumbled up. But before, there's a feeling to be at home. The feeling of being at home, it's like when you get into a comfortable bed, nice clean sheets, you feel, you can finally let go a little bit. You can release, you can, this feeling of, this is to be at home. It's a feeling to be at home. What about to be at home in yourself? This means to be present. This is the meaning of to be present. It's not to be paying attention to every little detail and you know every single thing that everyone's doing and everything. No, that's not presence. It's not this obsessing. It's not about being nice and doing it right, everything. That is nothing, that's an ideal. Present is never in the ideal. And most of the time, 99% of the time, we're living in an ideal. I should be like this, I should be more this, I should be less that. Impossible. It's not presence. Right? Presence is this to feel this in your body, in your heart, in your mind. So much so that you forget about yourself. You're not thinking about yourself. The only way to be present is when you're not thinking about yourself. Otherwise, we're constantly obsessing, judging ourselves. Thinking about ourselves means judging. Too much like this, not enough like that, I should be like that, why did I do that? What's going to happen? This is not presence. Presence is so simple, like that. You get into your bed, you get into a nice shower, you take a warm shower. It's a feeling, not a thinking. You can't think your way into presence. No amount of thinking will lead you to the present moment. It will only lead you away from the present moment. Thinking is taking you then and there. But to be here and now means no thinking. It sounds tricky, but if you've ever played a sport, I mean really played a sport, where you understand, you know what to do, and you're in the game, to be in the game, to be in the flow, you're not thinking. If you're thinking about the last game or the next game, you're going to get trampled. It's not going to go well. So in the flow, in the same way, to be in the flow of being yourself. So much so that you're not thinking about yourself, not obsessing about yourself. This is presence, to be in tune. When your breath is in tune, when your spine is awake, your breath is awake, your heart is clean, your mind is clean. Every day you have to wash your clothes. Sometimes twice a day, changing the clothes because of a sweat and dust and everything. It's a reasonable thing to do. Every day you have to wash your clothes, change your clothes. Imagine you don't wash your clothes for days, for weeks. How will you feel? You feel at ease? You feel at home? No. You have to wash your clothes every day. So then how often should we clean our hearts? How often should we clean our minds? The dirt on the clothes is one thing. What about the dirt in our hearts? Which is dirtier? Which is dirtier, your clothes or your mind? We have to clean. You have to clean your mind. You brush your teeth every day. Everyone has wonderful teeth. You wash your clothes every day. Everyone has nice clothes. This is only on the surface level. For sure, we can agree. The teeth is the surface level. Clothes is the surface level. What is going to determine the quality of your life? The quality is the clothing. Right? The clothing is what? For approval from others. This is not to be myself. Where the teeth is approval from others. So what about that deep level of peace? Is that coming from your clothing? From your teeth? No. So if it's possible to clean your clothes, you have to clean them. If it's possible to clean your teeth, you should clean them. That's very good. Now, is it possible to clean your heart? Every day, so many emotions and reactions, so many conflicting emotions and reactions. In one moment, in one situation, so many judgments, so many triggers, so many memories. Where does it go? It's just poof, Puff the Magic Dragon. Right? No, it stays there. You're swimming in it. You're swimming in a soup of your old stale emotions and thoughts. In your breath, it's carried, it's vibrating in your breath, in your cells, in your heart, in your mind. Even if you can't see it, it's coming across in the tone of your voice, in the look in your eyes, in the way you hold your body, in the contraction, the tension, stress. Right? This is how it's expressing itself. So it's not invisible. It's visible. It's tangible. So if it can be dirty, then can it be clean? If the mind can be dirty, can the mind be clean? If the heart can be dirty, can the heart be clean? What is the experience between getting in a nice clean bed with clean sheets or getting in a bed that's filled with trash? Like a crust of food and sweat and dust and crap. How do you feel when you get into a bed like that? So, if it's possible, then it's a must. We must clean our hearts. We must clean our minds. Otherwise, we have to take responsibility for the way that we feel every day. It's the same. If you never clean your clothes, it's all dirty, torn, and full of yucky clothes, then you have a yucky feeling. So if your heart is yucky, also a yucky feeling. Mind is yucky, also the body. So we clean every day. We take a shower. What does that mean? Rubbing chemicals on our skin. Clogging our pores and everything with this artificial smells and chemicals. But is this skin my real body? Is this my body, or is my body my blood, my organs, my cells, my hormones, my glands? This is my body. So we must wash the inner body. This is inner yoga. Inner yoga. Now yoga is just a show. Yoga is a circus. Look at me, I can do it. Trying different tricky moves, and sometimes it works out. And we feel good about ourselves as we did it. But this is on the surface. We need the inner yoga, this alchemy, to turn the coal into gold. Turn your heart into gold. Turn your mind into a diamond. These are the real gemstones. We can wear gemstones on everything, but the real gemstone is the awakened heart. The awakened mind. The eyes that are shining with peace. Not the fake words. So for that, if that's possible, we should do it. And the working hypothesis is that you can do it. You can clean your body, heart, and mind through a simple process of movement, breath, vibration, and stillness. It's like an inner washing. You're washing. Washing what? Washing your temple. This is a temple. This is a garden. You water the garden. Cultiver son jardin. You take care of your garden. What does it mean, a garden? A temple is not alive. A temple is a stone. A garden is alive. Are you alive? What does it mean to be alive? It means every moment the garden is growing. Every moment. Every day, every moment the garden is growing, is breathing, is alive. In order to grow, it needs to die. That death is a transformation. Energy is transforming. So if you nourish your body, heart, and mind, if you water the garden will grow. You don't have to explain to the garden how to grow. You don't need to explain to the seed when to sprout, when to put the leaves, where to put the roots, how to suck up the nutrients. No. Life knows what to do. The garden knows what to do. Also, this here, who are you doing this? Are you doing it? Are you circulating your blood? Are you eliminating the waste? Are you moving the hormones, everything? No. Who is doing it? Life is doing it. So if there's a way, if we can give the proper nourishment, like a gardening, right? This is gardening, not spirituality. Spirituality is too fancy. Spirituality becomes like a whole, it's like a show. It becomes like something special. This is ordinary, natural, like gardening. Every day. You nourish your body, heart, and mind. You clean your body, heart, and mind. You awaken your body, heart, and mind. And the life within you, the intelligence within you, the intelligence, super intelligence in every one of your cells. Not in your cell. The cell is intelligence. Your blood is intelligence. Your everything, this life is intelligence. So all we're doing is allowing the natural intelligence of life to express itself. Or we're obsessing all day about what we should do and what we didn't do and what's going to happen and like this. Right? You see the difference? One is the stress like smothering, right? Like you grab the seed and try to rip out the flower, pull out, yank it, just yanking and tugging, right? Or this allowing life to express. Life has a rhythm, life has a time. You were in the womb. First, you didn't even have a whole body, just a little, like a zygote, like different cells dividing, everything in perfect timing. Spine developing, brain developing, everything has a timing. Life has a timing, a rhythm. So we need to respect that rhythm. And if you do, then life will give you so much in return. The abundance we receive from the garden is more than we could ever give. So that's why we recommend to dedicate a little time each day. The same way you brush your teeth, take a shower, wash your clothes. Anyway, you're doing it. This is the surface level. It's good. It's not bad. But we must take care of the deep level, the inner level, because this is where health comes from. This is where love comes from, not from the surface. This is where peace comes from. This is where your power comes from. Not from getting approval from others. That's just like, it's like a momentary high, like getting the likes on the post. Is that real happiness? Will that ever lead to real happiness? We should be clear. If we're looking for peace and happiness, but going in the wrong direction, you have to know, if you want to buy like oil for your car, and you keep going to different stores that don't have that, then you'll never find it. We have to go to the right place. And so it's not, no amount of approval from others will give you that real peace of being at home in yourself. How to get that peace and contentment from being at home in yourself? Very simply, by practicing being at home in yourself. That's the practice. The practice is not to do the postures and the meditation. The practice is being at home in myself. It's a challenge. These mini experiments. Can I keep my center? Can I keep my grounded, my ease, despite the posture? It's not because of the posture, despite the posture, I keep my center. Despite the meditation, I keep my center. Then through this practice of being at home, being myself, then gradually it becomes a habit to be myself. The same way, if my habit every day is to think I'm not good enough, I'm not this enough, I have to do this, first I have to change that, then will that lead to being at home in yourself? No. That judgment leads to more judgment, leads to not good enough. Then we have this attitude, not good enough. No matter what, it's never good enough. You see, the most successful people is still not enough. All we know is not enough. So when will it be enough? Where to draw the line? The yogis say the line means here and now. It's only here and now. Life is here and now. This moment is enough. Not for me, for the whole universe. For all the drops in the ocean, all the microorganisms, all the planets, all the mammals, amphibians, is enough. In this moment, life is enough. Nothing is missing. I can't point to anything. Either it's all wrong, or this moment is enough. So in that space, what we're learning is to be in that space of enough. Only when it's enough can you be present. Otherwise, if I'm not good enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not powerful enough, all this, then there's constant stress and tension and pressure. And it's never enough. That's what you have to see. Right? Even those who have achieved the highest level, the beautiful people, the famous people, the powerful people, the rich people, still suffering terribly of not enough. Because disconnected with themselves, disconnected with present moment. But if we start from being at home, that's not the end after doing all of this and getting everything and fixing everything and winning everything, then finally it will be enough. That's what they say, but so far have you seen anyone? Has anyone made it? So if no one has made it, what are the chances that I will make it? Right? The billionaires, the models, the world leaders, everyone. Still treading water, no peace. So why not start from enough? Start from presence. Start from being at home. Don't put it off. There's no condition for presence. Presence is the foundation. If we go back just a little bit, maybe 100 years, maybe 200 years, unthinkable not to be present. Impossible not to be present. Because we were part of the cycle of life. Now we think that we're better than life. Right now we control everything, electricity and fire and refrigerated food, and now we just dial the phone. We don't even know, they just push the buttons and they deliver anything you want. You can eat anything any moment. You push the button and they'll deliver it to you. They don't even charge you to deliver it. As a result, we're completely out of rhythm with life. And thus with ourselves. So this is all we're talking about, like to establish that deep rhythm of being. It sounds good. Now you have to investigate it and find out if it's possible. I can say with certainty that it is, but you shouldn't believe me. You have to know for yourself. Yoga is a path of personal experience, direct experience. Otherwise, it's just like repeating old stories from the Bible or something. They said it was like this. They say everyone said, treat your neighbor with respect. Who is respecting them? Nobody. They're not even respecting ourselves. We don't even respect ourselves. How can we respect anyone else? So we need the practical, we need the real pragmatic, practical experience of how to live from that place of being in tune, how to live from that place of being present, not just nice words. Or then we become like a schizophrenic because we have who we are and who we're supposed to be and who we are with this person, and then we become all jumbled up with so many different conflicting ideas. And we're trying so hard to be right, and as a result, we completely, it's the trying to be something is the most violent thing you could do to yourself. To be at home in yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with any qualities or experiences or success or failure. It's a feeling, it's a rhythm in your cells. It's an aliveness in your spine, to be present, to be at home. It's a feeling. It's the foundation. There's no judgments in that. It's not a mental story. No story. To be present, there's no story. Because what is present? It's not me. Life is present. The life is present within me. That aliveness is present. It's not me, pick me, like we're like, pick me, like that. No. It's not like that. To be present is the feeling. Then the life is present. It's not an ego. Ego is always not enough. Mind is always not enough. So in order to be present, we need to tune your body, heart, and mind. Clean your body, heart, and mind. When your body, heart, and mind are in tune, then you start to live from your soul. You start to live from your truth. You start to live from your power. Naturally, without forcing it, spontaneously. You see in the sports games, this incredible skillfulness, incredible gracefulness, not because of trying, because they're in the flow. It happens spontaneously and automatically. To be yourself is spontaneous and automatic. It's not a plan. It's not an ideal. So all that's needed is to train that state of deep presence. It's a feeling. To be in the zone, to be in the flow, to be in rhythm, to be alive. For sure, everyone has experienced at least once or twice. No, when hiking, when making love, when playing sports, when playing music, when dancing, something, you felt it. Now, how can we cultivate that as a way of life? How? It requires training. If you want to learn to play tennis, how do you learn to play tennis? By reading books about tennis? Or by watching the tennis on the TV? By reading about physics and aerodynamics? No, you have to pick up the racket, you have to swing it again and again and again. Eventually it becomes second nature, it becomes natural. No matter how hard you try, by proper training, which means repetition again and again and again and again and again, then eventually it becomes automatic. It becomes a habit. In the same way, we need to train again and again and again the habit to be grounded, to be stable, to be at ease, to breathe, to listen. And with enough repetition, that will become the habit. What are we training now? To be stressed, to be fearful, to be living in the past, to be worried about what others think. This is what we're training. We're repeating it every day. So all we need to do is carve out a chunk of the day where we have intentional training time. Not training to do yoga, not training to be good at yoga, training to be at home in myself. You see there's a difference. To be good at yoga is one thing, but to be good at being myself, to feel myself, to feel centered, And so if you do that, if you take a little time each day to water your garden will blossom, your garden will bloom. Life knows what to do. Life is getting rid of the waste. We eat food. Most of the food you eat is trash, indigestible. You can't digest it. Most of the food is just, it's carrying, you need to extract the essence from the food. Who's doing that? All these different hormones and enzymes and everything, all the different organs are helping to digest the food. Then other organs getting rid of the waste. You have to get rid of the waste. Most of the food you eat is waste. Only the very essence you can keep. In the same way, most of life experience is indigestible. Most of the experiences, most of the situations, you can't digest it. Only a little bit you can extract that essence. The rest, you have to get rid of. Otherwise, you become constipated, emotionally constipated, mentally constipated. Mental indigestion. Like this, people have acid reflux from eating too much wrong food, not digesting the food. The same, every day you're living so many experiences. If you don't properly digest it, which means extract the essence is very small. Most of it is waste, indigestible. You can't digest it. We're wasting our life trying to digest that which cannot be digested. You have to get rid of it. Every day you eat food, 3 times a day. Do you remember what you ate 2 months and 3 days ago for breakfast? What about 5 years, 6 months, and 7 days ago for lunch? Right? No, you eat it, you forget it. That way, you're able to eat the next meal. You can enjoy the next meal. So life experience, immediately you digest it, you have to flush it down the toilet. If you're holding on to every situation, everything like that, how can you possibly enjoy the next meal that's coming? We do it with food. You don't remember, probably even a week ago, 8 days ago for dinner. Right, imagine you, once upon a time you eat a meal, it's the best meal you've ever eaten. Then every time you sit down to eat, you think, gosh, it's never gonna be as good as that meal. That was the best meal. And so you're always disappointed every time you eat. Or the opposite. Once upon a time you had a terrible meal. It was disgusting and you got sick. And every time you go to eat, you're worried. Oh, is it going to be again like that? So you forget it. You have to forget it. You do it with food. So life experience is no different. Every day, different situation, different interactions, different things going on. It's a meal. You have to digest the meal, get rid of it. Flush it down. You keep the essence. There's an essence, some learning. There's some learning. That one you can take, you take it. That which you can't take, immediately get rid of it. Otherwise, it becomes poison. In order to digest the food, you need strong fire, digestive fire. We have another fire, the mental fire for digesting the life experience. So you need to cultivate the fire. How? Through the yoga. Through the process. What is the yoga? The yogasana means you're holding the posture. For example, like the plank. After a little bit, it becomes uncomfortable. But instead of fighting the uncomfortableness, I relax into it and I breathe. I keep my center, keep my focus. And so that resistance starts to build up like a fire. It starts to pump all the energy in the blood and the nadis and the chakras, everything, because of the resistance. You know, the energy is in many places it's being blocked, and then after some time, I come out and it releases, and all that stale, stagnant energy starts to flush through my system, like a wave of bliss. Then this is creating fire. So yoga is alchemy. We're working with the fire, inner fire, and unblocking all of the stagnant thoughts and emotions, everything, and training to be present. Most of the time, as soon as we feel a little uncomfortable, what do? Distract ourselves. With what? Phone, with eating, with whatever, intoxication, sex, everything. Daydreaming, everything. We're all the time running away from the present moment. It's a habit, bad habit. So yoga is the training to go deeply, to be deeply present, not at the deep level, to be grounded at the deep level, to be at ease at the deep level. It's uncomfortable, but I don't react. That not reacting is not just in my mind, but in my cells. It's in my breath. It's in my spine and nervous system. It's in my hormones. And so you're cultivating a super strength. And that strength, it's not like, look at my muscle strength. No, but it's a kind of beauty. It's an aliveness that starts to shine in your heart, in your eyes, in your words. The inner beauty. Question time. I just got back from India, like 2 hours ago. But the river never stops flowing, seriously. The river never turns around. Never. Life never turns around. Life is flowing. This is life. We've forgotten that we're alive. This is a mistake. Question. As a fellow business owner with a very, very busy life, how do you maintain balance and most of all, consistency? Yeah. So I guess one unique thing about this situation is that I never leave it. For me, there's no off and on. 24/7, 365 is on. Because this isn't, for me, it's not a business. It is a business, but for me, it's a way of life. And so this is what I was just speaking to also. You know, I have fixed rhythm, wake up at the same time, do the same thing. Having a structure, having a rhythm and flow to the day, I think is so important. Because life is rhythm. Everything is rhythm. The cycles of time, the seasons, all of the animals and creatures are living within a rhythm. Now we're just like so random and haphazard and all over the place because of electricity. This really started with electricity. Before electricity, we were much more in tune with the natural cycles of life. We don't realize to what degree it's affecting our brain chemistry, artificial lighting. No, and this up all night and all the food and this. So there's having a regular rhythm is a foundation. Is that also for me is part of the wealth. To be wealthy. Wealthy is not just having money, but having connection with nature, having creativity, having good relationship, and having a good life rhythm. This is a wealth. This is part of health and wealth. Health and wealth are connected very much. And so having a supportive rhythm. Nowadays, really in the modern world, the only way it seems to succeed is to sacrifice yourself and neglect yourself completely. Sacrifice what brings you joy. Sacrifice yourself, your creativity, all these things, and then to just push yourself to be in this rhythm that's gonna eventually just suck you up and spit you out and chew you up to pieces and then spit you out. And then someone else will take your place. Let's be real. This is a modern world. It has no respect for the rhythm, natural rhythm. It has no respect for your love and creativity. So, in a sense, I've created kind of this universe, a very beautiful prison, right? In which that rhythm is the essence, is the foundation. Actually, this happened. This was not even planned. None of this was planned. I had spent years living in different ashrams and communities and centers, but I never planned any of this, and so it's been very organic in the way that's evolved. And we were 12 years in the village, and then we moved here, and I built a beautiful house in the village. Beautiful. I designed the whole house, built it myself, all the woods and everything, and beautiful flower gardens and everything. I've only been there 5 times in the last 3 years. I don't even go there. I can't even leave this. Here also I have something very nice. It's small and very nice. So it's like, for me, life is 100%. Whatever's happening, 100%. And whatever I'm doing is because I have a deep passion. And so I think that it's hard because now, again, the life is set up in a way that we have to sacrifice. Sacrifice either our family and connection and friends, sacrifice our health, sacrifice our creativity, sacrifice our connection with nature, sacrifice the playfulness and joyfulness in order to succeed. And then when people ask you how you're doing, you have to say, good, oh, I'm good, good, fine, and you? Because I'm successful, but so it's supposed to be good, right? I just said. So for me to be, what is the meaning of to be successful? Is to be at home in yourself. This is the ultimate successfulness. Everything else will flow from that. If in order to be successful, I have to sacrifice and neglect myself to the point where I'm empty and I'm faking it, then that can't be real success. So for me, from when I was young, I was 100% committed to that passion and aliveness. That's what carried me through when I was playing classical music or when I was studying languages. It was out of passion, never out of a feeling of duty or something, or of getting trying to get something or whatever. Even with this, though, even in the path of yoga, when I started, I said, okay, maybe it will take me 30 years, 20 or 30 years to realize the truth. But it wasn't like a chore. I wasn't approaching each moment as a chore, like a checklist, oh, I have to do this, after that. But with the kind of a passion and a creativity and a curiosity, learning from everything, learning from what I like, learning from what I don't like. And also understanding what's my dharma, what's my duty, what's my calling, and fulfilling that to the utmost each moment. My dharma is not like, oh, my dharma is like teaching yoga. No, moment to moment dharma. What's my dharma this moment? My dharma, it's to be in the flow with life, like a sports player, like a gymnast who's doing a gymnastics routine. To fulfill, to fully embody that presence, and each moment, each reaction, each interaction. That's what I always say. Who is your soulmate? Each person you're talking to is your soulmate. Every interaction is meant to be. Even sometimes a short interaction, a short connection of a few months can be more powerful than someone you're with for years. We have no idea. So this kind of showing up each moment fully, that for me has been essential. And so I've shaped my life in a way that I can do that. I've shaped my life in a way that supports that and facilitates that. And in this current age, which we call the Dark Ages, wow. Right, Dark Ages was not in the 1400s at the time of the plague. Right, the Dark Ages is now, where everything looks so beautiful and it's so empty. All these plastic flowers and the plastic life. This is the Dark Ages, where being successful means you sacrifice everything. So we have to cultivate, like cultivating a garden. You cultivate a world around you that is supportive of that deeper truth of being. It's in your relationships, in your home, in your rhythm, when you wake, when you sleep, how you spend your time, the people you spend your time with, the things that you take in, right? Nowadays, when we're watching on the phone and TV, what's happening? It's just people cheating and lying and stealing. So where do those messages go? They go inside, they stay inside you. No, it's so cheap, all the politics, it's all the rage baiting. Is this what we want? Is that what you want to eat? Imagine all that. Now translate everything you're watching into some kind of food. What kind of foods are we eating? What kind of emotions are we feeding off of? So I haven't figured the business part out yet, but I'm doing a good job with the presence. Welcome home. We love you. Question. How do we know that every human being has a purpose in life? What should the ultimate goal to realize one's truth? Okay, good. So what is the purpose of life? I have two really good answers for this. First one is, when I was thinking a few months ago, this statement, I have a life. So who is this I that's having a life? Right? Where is this I? Do I have a life? I can have like a bottle of water. I can have a conversation. Can I have a life? No, I can't have a life. Life is having a me. There's no separate thing that's a me that's existing in some vacuum that's somewhere else that's having a life. You see, life, which is having a flower, having a tree, having this peacock feather, life is having many things. Life is having a me. This is more accurate. I don't have a life. There's no me having a life. Life are the cells divided, the parents, everything. That's life. Everything is life. Life is having a me. And so I am the purpose of life. Right? It's not that my life has a purpose. Me being myself, like the flower being the flower, like the river being the river, like the planet being the planet. In being yourself, you are the purpose of life. The second one is, the purpose of your life is every moment. This conversation is the purpose. Right? This walking is the purpose. This seeing in the sky, every moment you're living the purpose. Your purpose is unfolding every moment. Every interaction. Every perception. It's not like the knight that's going to kill the dragon and save the princess or something like this. Right? Otherwise, then we're holding back like, ooh, maybe it's not my purpose. I should wait. Maybe wait and see. Right? No, you're by being fully yourself, you're living that purpose each moment. This becomes so powerful. This is the Dharma. You're in the flow. You're in your Dharma. You're in tune. You're where you need to be. This is part of the surrender. We want to control everything because we'd be better like that. Because we're living in an ideal of how it should be. How life should be, how I should be. This is an ideal. But when you surrender and start to be where you are and accept where you are, because where you are will lead to where you're going. You have to start from where you are. Okay, my children. Start from here. You flow into here, will flow into wherever it's flowing. So this is also surrender. The mind can't accept this. We have so many ideas of how it should be or how it could be, or this person's like that, and so we're caught. And so then we're in no man's land, no woman's land, in between. So the purpose is now. Right now you're living your life's purpose. Otherwise, I have the feeling like, oh, I'm not living my purpose. My purpose is this, my purpose is that. No. Each moment, and the more intensely and passionately you can live, you can be yourself in the little moments, then it becomes like the momentum. It's like you become like an avalanche of power of being yourself. By being yourself in the little moments, by being true to yourself, by being true to your truth, by embodying yourself, by being real, authentic. This is what we mean, to be authentic, to be real. Not like, oh, I'm supposed to feel that. I'm supposed to say this. Right? Not editing and everything, but really to be yourself. Then that will blossom more and more, moment to moment. It's like a continually peaking. You're continually peaking in yourself. Your prime wasn't 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It's this moment, every moment, even in dying. Even in dying, you're peaking. Okay. I'm reaching a level in my practice where I'm finding a very sweet spot in meditation. When I close my eyes and gaze inward, the spot feels warm and safe, and I just want to be there forever. Am I creating attachment towards the practice, or should I just let myself merge into the spot? When you find the sweet spot, merge into the spot. Definitely. Definitely. What you're doing is you're marinating in your own juices. What's happening is there's certain glands in your brain that start to secrete stuff that you're not getting when you're stressed out and worried about the past and the future. If you can spend even 5 minutes a day in that state, then you're good for the rest of the day. And you spend 30 minutes or an hour, right? Then you're accumulating this energy. No. There's no attachment. You need attachment to being present, to being real. You need attachment to be in tune. We should be attached to being in tune. It's not the end phase. Eventually that becomes transcended as well. But in its time, everything has its time. So for sure, 100%, you're able to lock into that warm, sweet spot where you merge into the light or you merge into the darkness. Definitely do it. Do it every day. Do it once or twice a day. It will carry through the rest of your day. The same like when you take a medicine, like Tylenol, it's not just happening in that 5 minutes. The effects last for like 8 hours, 10 hours. So the same way when you're merging in that state of presence where you're not questioning yourself for anything, and you're not in a duality of right and wrong, good and bad, me and you, where you're just in that state of being, the effects of that, which are physical, which is chemistry. This is alchemy. No, this is for sure. No. Be attached with that. Can you share how it is like to be with the sages in India? Maybe sharing the lessons that have deeply impacted your heart. Welcome back. We love you, Joel. The best way I can liken it is like sunbathing, right? When you go outside in the sun and you're sunbathing, you have that warmth on your skin, it's like everywhere. It's like that. No? There's certain seeds sprout in the sun. The seed needs the sun to sprout. So all these seeds, it's not one lesson. It's an unfolding of life. It's a whole nother rhythm. Usually you're around people that are all stressed out, obsessing about themselves, worried, fearful, unfulfilled, right? That creates a certain context. But when you're in the presence of the awakened, of someone who's awakened, fully awakened, it's like a living sun on the planet it goes inside and then lifts you up to that level. And then anything that's blocking you from coming to that level, it's like a vacuum. It starts to suck out all the negativity. So there are phases where it's just like, wow, you feel all the bullshit, you see everything that's wrong because it's coming out, right? If you have inside you ate something bad, you need to get it out. And so you can't say being around the sages is like this, being around the sages is like that, because it is according to your receptivity. It's according to your preparation. It's according to your capacity to surrender and to listen, to understand. When I was initiated in yoga in a traditional Kriya Yoga ashram in 1999, I was 19 years old. I had already had a mentor when I was 15 years old who was a student of Chogyam Trungpa. Chogyam Trungpa was a crazy wisdom tradition. And so I got introduced to like Alan Watts and Suzuki Roshi and meditation, all these things, when I was 15. I remember when I went to the first Shambhala meditation in Philadelphia, it was only like 5 or 10 minutes. And I had so much anger and energy. I was gripping my arm to punch the ground. Oh my God. I had so much anger. And so at 19, I was initiated in the traditional path, 3 days initiation, only 3 days. We learned the postures, breathing, meditation, and they said, go do it. At the same time, I was given the teachings of Sri Aurobindo. He was a great yogi who was in silence for like 40 years. I've got a lot of his books. He wrote like an encyclopedia like this. Basically, he explained everything about everything in existence. I couldn't believe that all that stuff was in writing. For 2 years, I was pouring through his teachings. And every day I was doing the practice they told me, 1 hour, then it went 2 hours, and more. And so for 5 years, between 1999 and 2005, I did intense daily practice. Started from 1 hour, went up to like 5-6 hours a day. Right? I was studying linguistics. I completed my bachelor's, I started my doctorate, and then I said, gosh, I'm gonna waste my life explaining about language. I touched the silence, and so then I moved to Brazil. So I lived in Brazil for a few years, and then I was living in a community for a few years, doing intensive practice and reading the teachings of the sages. And only in 2005 did I meet Krunamayama. I met the first living sage. So I had prepared myself already 6 years to be able to receive that. Like you have a soil, if you want to plant a garden, you have to make the soil nice. If the soil is too hard or full of rocks, and everything, then if you plant the seed, it's probably not going to grow. So everything depends on our receptivity. That's why clean your body, heart, and mind. And you have to experience for yourself. It can't be explained, no, but it's some people love musicians or movie stars. You know, there's a certain charisma, or world leaders. These are like nothing at the feet of these great sages. There's no words to describe that. You have to experience it. That's why I say the closest I can say is like sunbathing. You be in the sun, you feel that warmth of the sun, and it brings out a kind of goodness and aliveness in you. It's something like that. Question. How can we incorporate stillness and mindfulness when running businesses or working jobs that require a lot of screen time? Yeah, even more important then. Even more important, you know, every day, 24 hours, right? 24 hours in a day, boom, you have 100%. So you have to sleep for some time and work for some time and eat. So you have to look, you know, everyone's very good at planning their finances. Everyone knows how much money is coming, how much expenses, etc. But we're not at planning a time, right? This is even more important resource, is the time. And so you can easily find 2%. 2% out of 100% leaves 98%. Right? So 2% means 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, best time is first thing when you wake up. First thing to set the tone for the day, right? Instead of looking at the news and all the crazy things that Donald Trump is doing and the war and all this, instead of eating food, instead of, you know, talking about whatever, start the day by awakening your body, heart, and mind. Right? Watering the garden, cleaning yourself, being at home in yourself, to feel yourself. Why? Because the practice itself is an act of love. Everyone's saying they have a hard time loving themselves, but it's because you're trying to love yourself like a Hollywood movie. You would think love myself is like writing a Valentine's Day card or something. and giving flowers and kisses. No, to love yourself is to breathe, is to have the space to be yourself, to do that. The practice itself is love. You're actually generating love. You're generating a power that is love by breathing, by sitting with yourself, by being uncomfortable and not reacting. You're literally generating love. That love will flow through you standing in your power, through you setting boundaries, through you making better choices. It's love. That's love. So start the day with love. For sure you can section off 30 minutes. If not, you have to cut out 10 minutes of sleep. Cut out 10 minutes of sleep, cut out a few minutes of the phone. Easily you have 30 minutes. Probably you can get 40 or 50 minutes. What to do? You need to have a fixed, exact plan of what's going to happen. Not just like, I feel like doing yoga, I think it'll be good for me. It's not enough. You know, okay, I'm going to do these 8 postures, or these 4 postures. Even you just do 4 postures. The same ones in a row, the same order, same length of time. Use a timer. I really strongly recommend. Put a timer, you put 1 minute. Okay, sitting forward bend, 1 minute. Tuk, tuk. Then you come in and you go, okay, focus, breath, ease, grounded. And then you merge and focus, and then you hold it. Oh, it's uncomfortable, but I'm not going to react. You know, because you know the timer is going to go off. The timer is going, oh, beep, 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 beep. Okay, you can either choose to stay or turn it off. Then you turn it off and you go into the integration. Then, okay, next posture, boom, again, the timer, like that. Otherwise, you can't be accountable. And this is all over the place. A little of this, a little of that, a lot of nothing, right? So you have the fixed postures, the breathing. Again, breathing, use the timer, right? Timer, boom, 1 minute. Beep, beep, beep. Already, it's a complete game changer. Already, once you've done 1 or 2 postures, even you're hungover, you're tired, you're stressed, everything completely shifted. Especially after you've done it 10 times, 40 times, 100 times, when you have so much momentum. Then the meditation, okay, then you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you put the 10 minutes you sit. Now you can always do more. It's not like, oh, I have to do this, I can't. No, you can. No, that's the foundation. You never do less. You can always add on. You have extra time, throw in some other stuff, right? Work with some other stuff you can do. But that, you get that core, you start, boom, you insert that in the morning. Then this sets the tone for the day. You start at least a little more in tune, at least a little more alive, a little more yourself. Right? Then ideally, in the evening or something, or sometimes during the day you have a break, right? You can do another short practice, 10 minutes. Sun salutation for 2 minutes, breathing for 1 minute, sit for 3 minutes. Boom, done. Forget about it. Then you forget about it. And do it all in secret. This should all be secret, not for show, like a ninja. Nobody has to know. So this is the core. This is what we call the tuning. This is the tuning. Then you need to incorporate the aliveness. Now we're working on an app now. It's going to be really great. It has these different, the tuning, it has the tuning module, then these aliveness quests. What is aliveness quest? Take a walk in nature for 15 minutes barefoot. Do some journaling. Dance. Help someone out. Prepare a meal. Do some gardening. Play a sport. Read a good book. Teachings from the sages. Self-massage. Sunbathing. You know, you have to find what are the things really important that really are good for you. For sure, something with nature, if possible. Like this, or dance, or creativity. You have a creativity setup, 15 minutes, okay, put the screen down, you do some, just even coloring book, just the colors. Have a good conversation, or some active listening with a partner, with a friend. Go for a swim. Go into the steam room, 15 minutes in the steam room. You have 30 minutes, steam room, cold plunge, steam, cold plunge, bah. Like reborn, like you're reborn. that stuff has to become as important as going to work. Why is Arunachala a special mountain? This is not a mountain, it's a pure consciousness, it's pure fire. There are so many secrets. There are so many secrets on the planet. The planet is alive too. The planet's not like just this dumb thing that just happened to happen once upon a time. But there are so many sacred places and secrets and everything, concentrations of energy and special things. And so some places are super concentrated. Arunachala is not a mountain. It's like the light of pure consciousness when it smashed into the earth, and so there's so many. Yeah, I don't have the words to talk about it. Like, same like the sages. There's some things that shouldn't be, that can't be talked about. They have to be experienced. Question. Last question. If you wanted to do all three of these things first in the morning, in what order would you do them? Morning practice, go for a walk, journaling, or artist pages? I would say I'll give two options. Either in the exact order that it's been written, which is morning practice, then walk, then pages, or you can go for a walk first and then do your practice and do the pages. But going for a walk doesn't mean putting on the headphones and listening to music, you know what I mean? If that's what going for a walk means, then start with the morning practice. Because, or if it's like saying hello to the neighbor, if it's in the city, for example, then start with the morning practice, right? Because it's going to be distraction. You're going to see so many objects and things and people. You're going to start looking and judging people. If you're going to see people, then do the morning practice first, because it's going to trigger all of these judgments and all this stuff, and then judging others and judging myself, and then oh my God, right? So if you can go for a walk where all you see is nature, right? Some people live in Australia and they're at the beach, right? Some people live near the forest, everything, or you have a beautiful park or something, right? This is possible. Or you get up at 5 in the morning before anyone is awake. This is also the most sacred time. They say because normally you have all these humans thinking, and what are they thinking? They're not good stuff, right? And all the planets, all the animals, but in the morning between 4 and 6 a.m., everything is quiet. This is super time. This is the superpower time. This is where you can get all the superpower from the universe. And then by the time everyone else is waking up, you're already rich and fulfilled, and your heart's overflowing. And everyone's dragging themselves out and complaining and everything. Come on. So, however, you have to. There's no right or wrong. You try it out, you figure out which one works, and you just keep doing it. Once you find a good recipe, you keep eating it again and again and again and again until it becomes a habit. You know because throughout the day you feel more alive. You feel more creative. You're kinder to yourself. These are the signs. How do you know the yoga is working? Not because you're like a contortionist, right? Actually, to be flexible doesn't mean to touch your toes. To be flexible means to flow with life, to be able to adapt, to dance with whatever song comes on the radio, to ride whatever wave is coming. That's the flexibility, is that you can flow. You're not attached to one, not just a one-hit wonder. You can flow with whatever's coming. So when your practice is strong, then you sleep better. You digest your food better, right? You're kinder to other people, right? In moments where you can help someone, you just help them without thinking about it. You're able to let go of things more easily. This is a sign that this is advanced practice. Advanced practice has nothing to do with putting on a show. That's all prove, look, I can do it. Look at me, I can do it. To prove to yourself you can do it. This is not correct. Nowadays, 99% of yoga has become like a performative, where I'm judging myself. Am I doing it right? Oh, it's not good enough. I can't do a headstand yet. Once I can do a headstand, I'll be good enough. Then I'm good at yoga. It's nothing to do with yoga. To be good at yoga means to be so deeply at home in yourself, so in tune with yourself that you forget yourself. In that state, whatever you do will be perfect. Because you're receptive, you're open, you're present. Then you can learn. Okay, you make a mistake, that mistake is perfect. You needed to make that mistake to learn. It's actually not, the mistake is not a mistake. The mistake is not a mistake, it's just a learning. One of my gurus, Sri Brahmam, he's 85 years old, so beautiful. He told this example. So you have a big rock, you have to crack the rock. You hit the rock 10 times, it doesn't break. Does that mean you failed 10 times? The 11th time you hit it and it breaks. So we're completely misunderstanding the process of life. The beauty of life, the magic of life. We're chasing after some impossible ideal. It's a Disney. We're trying to fit ourselves into the Disney story, the Hollywood story. And we're missing all the beautiful little moments. Life is all these little moments. And so there is no mistake. There is no failure. It's all learning. But these times are crazy times, so you need deep roots. In the time of drought, in the time of flood, you need a deep roots or you get swept away. Nowadays, it's very difficult. So that's why this daily practice of yoga is not a show. It's that you're cultivating the inner roots, an inner depth. Then you're not dependent on anyone else. Let's take a moment and be quiet. Drop all the words. Stay with the essence. It's the feeling. Tune in with your breath. Close your eyes and focus at one point, not jumping around here and there. Your true self is not far away. It's not at the end of the rainbow. It's here and now, no matter what you think, no matter what you've been told. Your true self is closer than your breath. Your true self doesn't require you to be good or to be right or to fix anything. We'll close chanting Om together one time. Inhale deeply. Om.